bariatric specialist nurse from Salford Royal. Sorry, Jodi, I hope you don't think that this is the graveyard slot. This is the final presentation. But Jodi does, it's quite an uplifting thing to finish on, because Jodi does some fantastic work working with patients who, who have gone through bariatric surgery, and some really kind of heartwarming stories to be told. So Jodi, I'll pass over to you. Thank you.
Hi, thank you. So yeah, I'm Jodi, and I have the privileged position of working with adults who have had weight loss or bariatric surgery. So don't worry, I'm not here to suggest that we do this for children, but I do want to touch on the effect that's living with someone who's had bariatric surgery for the whole family, the impact that it can have. Next slide, please. Ah, look, the good old days. There we see a mass gathering. And that is one of our support groups. So these are people that are considering surgery, and some people that have had surgery supporting the others. And we also do a post-op support group, which is now facilitated by psychology, which is really, really important. Next slide, please. So getting to know people as I do through their journey. Society, the world is very much out of balance with the pandemic that is obesity. And trying to deal with this very sensitive topic is difficult for all concerned. I had a patient I was speaking to only a few weeks ago. He lost some 50% of his excess fat 4 months after surgery, and he was telling me about his kids and how really he didn't get involved. He felt quite guilty. He was very worried that they were ashamed of him. And what a turnaround and what an impact having the surgeries had on all their lives. So they support him very much with healthy eating. He's a lot more active and just feels like the dad he always wanted to be. So that is just fantastic. So next slide, please. So what happens to children who are, struggle through childhood with obesity, and they come into adulthood and they start making choices for themselves? So we all know John very well, and thank you, John, for letting us use your pictures. But yeah, very intelligent chap, made the choice, did extremely well with his surgery. He's very analytical, so he really took to the education and everything so well. And now he's gone on to university, and he's an occupational therapist, so I'm sure he's very valued in that team. Next slide, please. And this young lady absolutely was very happy with her weight. She didn't have huge issues about being big. However, she did know that it was going to impact on her future health. So she felt that this was a good decision for her. And as you can see, it really has made a huge difference. And I like to think that for a lot of our young people coming into this, they've managed to make such a meaningful lifestyle change, that if and when they choose to be the parents of the future, how that will impact those children and future generations. As a lot of our patients, especially our younger patients, they really do become advocates. Next slide, please. So our patients unwittingly have a very balanced viewpoint on this subject. They've been through programs maybe for years and years and got a real depth of knowledge, a real self-awareness of where they were and where they are now, and an acceptance of some of the behaviours that they struggled with their new confidence and the tool of the surgery to lean on. It really can impact making long-term lifestyle change. I know there is stigma against them still for being people that have had surgery to help them lose their weight loss. And long-term statistics do show that, I think the Swedish study, which is one that's quite useful to quote, 10 years on, the average patient has kept off 11 BMI points from the beginning of their surgery. Oh, I've lost it. Next slide, please. Okay, so this very lovely lady had a very high profile, stressful job. She had her surgery, she gained a new perspective, and now she is a foster carer, which is wonderful. And just to quote some of the things that she sent to me when she heard I was doing a little talk today, she just said, it does feel so good to blend into a crowd. And adults who lose weight bring a lot of fun back to the family, to family life, cooking together, spending more quality time, doing activities. And again, she says that you do become an advocate when you've had surgery. And I think obviously in the role she has now, it's got the lifestyle changes she's made will impact what she does every day. Next slide, please. Okay, so just in summary, I just wanted to raise awareness to the life-changing effect the tool bariatric surgery is. It's absolutely not a last resort, and it is very much not an easy option. It is the most cost-effective measure for health improvement. And I think as a group, we do need to think about the impact living with people that have had bariatric surgery and in our communities, it can have for everybody around them. Thank you very much.